So, if anyone was at the Writers' Society meeting earlier, we had our special guest in, and we're now going to welcome him to the stage to do his thing. This is Mr. Brendan Bam O'Grady. Give him a big hand, everyone.
Everybody just ignore the laptop. Just ignore it. Pretend it's like that gaping flaw in that girl you like. It's because I didn't really have time to prepare something up for this. I just themed an entire duration of time between October and February, so I'm just going to recount my life in that period of time. October, Valentine's Day. That's the period. That was a great save. October is Halloween. Imagine if you had Valentine's Day just after Halloween, that'd be fucking ridiculous. October. This October was quite amusing for me because Oscar Pistorius was in the news and it kind of influenced the children. This one child came to my house dressed as Oscar Pistorius in the only Limerick way I can tell. The reason I knew it was Oscar Pistorius because he went dressed as the Blade Runner. He basically ran at my front door wearing two big fucking butcher knives. So I didn't any natural Limerick person who was just kicking me in the face. But I remember one Halloween that was very traumatic for me. And I'm kind of glad it was traumatic because that's what builds comedians, just being traumatised. I went to Tesco's with my mother. And this is the only traumatic thing that ever happened in my life. It's not that dramatic, to be honest. Like, I got lost in Tesco's. That's what happened. To be bluntly honest, that's what happened. I got lost in Tesco's. Other people lost their families in tragic car accidents or lost garden gnomes to a rogue lawnmower. I got lost in Tesco's. How this happened basically is that my mother, irresponsible woman she is, told me to go find the sweets. Naturally, I went head of steam, running off towards the sweets, found the sweets, lost my mother in North. So I remembered my training, all of those things that they taught me in primary school. I remembered it all, just straight back to my head, recalled it all. And what they'd said to do is you go to reception and tell them you can't find your mother, whoever you're with. Screen's gone dead, I remember this. I'm taking this to Edinburgh, I can't have that there. Thank you. Oh, you just messed it up, you put words in there. That's quite interesting. You managed to spell fuck December. But with an E or Y at the end. Fuckery. Tell me about your mother. I don't know what my mother taught me to do back in those days. My teacher, you go straight to reception and you tell them you're lost. So reception went to me, I kind of went, so what's wrong with you? I don't know where my mom is. So they just called for my mother on the reception. She was irate. Oh my God, I've never been so terrified of my mother in my entire life. She came with a head of storm, not running, just old. And just kind of walked purpose towards me, grabbed me by the wrist, yanked me outside and said, Brendan! You're 21. And this happened last year too. Jesus, this has to stop. I mean, how are you going to be able to look after yourself? Because I live near my parents, next door. November, month of remembrance. And we all remember things, but we never remember the thing I want to remember, the thing that's very close to my heart that I want to talk about. Nobody talks about alcohol addiction. Not one person has ever mentioned the crippling plight that is alcohol. My brother fell victim to the purple dragon. I don't know what to talk about. So I went. My brother is the kind of person that I quite enjoy. My brother, he's a sardonic, sarcastic little twat, which is why I love him. But he's the kind of person who would just say these random things to me that I have nothing to say back to. Like, the best example I can think of this is that I was on Wikipedia about 3 in the morning one evening, and I came across this fantastic piece of news. I had to tell somebody, and everyone was off Facebook for some strange reason, like some nuclear flight went off or something. And just Fergal was awake in the next room, so I ran to him and said, Fergal, you're never going to believe this! And without missing a beat, he turns to me and says, "No, bother telling me." What do you say to that? It caught me straight out. And that was when I noticed the goldfish bowl in the corner. Murky, black water, and there's 2 goldfish in there. The reason I knew there's 2 goldfish because I know there's 2 goldfish, couldn't see them there. I went, "Is it Fergal? Aren't you going to clean the goldfish?" "No. Why not? I've had them 3 years. I think they'll be after themselves by now." raise responsible goldfish. I don't want to do everything for them. I mean, I'm hoping one day they'll move out of that little thing, find a nice flat in Sydney or something, and then, earn fantastic wages and pay for my, retirement. That's what children are for. Excuse me, I'm someone's child, I'm not going after them. I thought, how dare you talk about my mother that way? And then I thought to myself, oh wait, I'm going to be a comedian, I'm not going to have money. I've already decided they're dying in a ditch. After November, what comes next? Trivia? What comes next? What comes after November?
Fuck December.
Fuck December. It's my point exactly. My birthday's in January. Christmas is pre-drinking. That's my genuine philosophy. But my birthday, I do find birthdays quite amusing. It's well done. You managed to stay alive for an arbitrary number of days. Let's buy a cake to celebrate the fact that you used to crawl. There's no other way. Let's all recount tales of these times when you ran in naked after a shower. It's God forbid you bring someone home and just going to show you all your baby photos. Is that what you had me? So you could one day embarrass me? And my father just looked at me and went, yeah. and that's when it suddenly occurred to me that I'm the middle child. And I feel like my parents have never addressed this. I went to my parents and said, why did you have me as the middle child? And my mother kind of smirks and goes, well, I didn't really have a say when you were born. I said, take responsibility! Stop being unreasonable! It's January. It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's about 3 months ago. Paddy's Day is nearly there. But the last thing I'm going to talk to you is about February. Now, February is personally one of my favourites. I adore February. I love February. Because of Valentine's Day, I genuinely do. I'm single, and I have been for quite some time. It's one of those things. I think one of the reasons why I might be single is because I kind of forgot to shower today. But the reason behind that is I believe if you shower, Irish water is one. Come on people, unite! But the thing I love about Valentine's Day personally is that I will purposefully be single on Valentine's Day so I can do this glorious, glorious thing. And I recommend you all try this. Book a table for two in a fancy restaurant. At about 6 PM, when all the couples are flocking in. And don't tell anybody else, just show up on your own. Order 2 suits and 1 main. So you sit down and just like purposely say to the waiter, look, should be here. She just popped out. And sit there and let it go cold, but eat your one. So that way it looks like you have hope that this might turn out well. And then when you're finished yours and the waiter comes over, kind of purposely say, no, just wait, come back in 2 minutes. And then finally, when you're about half an hour in and you notice everybody's tucking into the remains, and when you know that they think something's wrong, when you know that they notice something has gone amiss, what you do is you stand up, flip the table over while yelling, she never showed up! While flinging a bowl of soup in any direction to pick up roses, fuck them everywhere, kick the table, and fling croutons at people. Because if you do that any other day of the year, people will think you're nuts. Thank you, everybody.